How does $80 per day selling one KDP activity book online sound? Well, I don't know about you, but it sounds pretty darn good to me. In fact, I would say that this is probably the simplest way to start making money online for beginners because it's actually relatively easy to create and put together a book and have it up and available for sale on Amazon in a relatively short amount of time. Hey guys, welcome to the video. If you're new here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Today, I'm going to be showing you an easy KDP book niche idea that you can start as soon as, well, today. In fact, I'm going to be showing you one seller that's making an extra $80 per day, which is about $2,418 per month from just one of these books. And the best part is that this book is actually very easy to make, so it's a great way for beginners to start publishing on Amazon KDP. Why? Well, no experience is required to start all of this. All you're gonna need is Wi-Fi and a laptop, and by the end of this video, you're gonna know my exact steps in finding and creating profitable books on Amazon. So if you're a beginner looking to make an income online and start a side hustle, or you're just looking to get into a new niche, well, then this video is for you. With that being said, let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about the affirmation coloring book niche. And basically what this type of book is a positive affirmation, motivational quote, or saying that can be colored in with the rest of that page commonly containing a pattern design that's also meant to be colored in. So here I am on Amazon and I did a search for affirmation coloring book. But the very first thing that you're going to see on my screen that's probably different than yours is this Titans Quick View purple bar right here. This comes from Self-Publishing Titans. It's an extension that I use on a daily basis when it comes to my niche research, as well as my keyword research. So if you head over to the Chrome web store and you make a search for Self-Publishing Titans, you're going to find these two extensions right here. These are free to install and is going to help you with your niche and keyword research, as well as other things. So if you want to go ahead and install that so you can follow along with this video, feel free to do that. So for example, Titans Quick View is going to give me a niche score, and it's going to give me all of these information right here with the search results. So this one gives me the total results. So if you notice right here on Amazon, it says 3,000 plus. It won't give you the exact, but Titans Quick View gives me the exact right here, 3,211. It also gives me more useful information, like how many books are independently published, aka how many books are KDP books, how many books are using the exact title right here, and the average bestsellers ranks, the lows and the highs, as well as reviews and price information. Now to get started with this niche, the very first thing that I look at is going to be this total results right here. And we can see that this has 3,211 results. Now, when I'm looking into a niche and seeing if it's potentially profitable, I like to look for three specific things. Number one, I'm looking for search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not so high. Number two, I'm looking for 3 KDP books that all have a BSR of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are already selling, which means that there's some type of demand already for this niche. And then number 3, I'm looking for a niche score that's provided by Titans Quick View that has a score of 50 and higher. So right off the bat, we can see that the total results here is 3,211, which is well above the 1,000 or so that I'm looking for. So this is telling me that there's a lot of competition for this specific keyword in this niche, but that's perfectly okay because I've already gone and niched down, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But I want to still go through the 3 steps for this specific niche. So step 2 is going to be going down this first page here so we can see how much demand there is for this niche. And one of the things that I don't take into consideration when it comes to my step 2 is going to be all these sponsored products right here, which is where people are paying to get their book on the first page of Amazon. I really just want to look at organic rankings. So this is going to be one of them right here. And as we can see under publisher, it says independently published, which is telling me that this is a KDP book and has a bestsellers rank of 4,040, which is very, very low. Now this one next to it is ranked even better, a 1,919. And so we're 2 for 2. If we find one more book here, this one right here is not a KDP book because under publisher, it does not say independently published. And so we'll move on to the next one right here. This one has a bestsellers rank of 213,000. And so my step 2 has already been satisfied and we still have the rest of this page to go, which is just telling me that there is enough. Actually, there's a lot of demand. There's more than enough demand here to actually justify this niche. And with a niche score of 55, that's above the 50 that I'm looking for. However, because of the total results over 3,000, this is going to be a little too competitive. And so when that happens, you're going to want to niche down, which is essentially just finding a more specific niche in this category to go after. And so I've already done that. Let me show you what I found. So I found affirmations coloring book for kids. So we can see right away total results is 955, which is below the 1,000 or so that I'm looking for. So right off the bat, this is already looking way better. Now, if we go through the first page here, just like we did with the last niche, and look for 3 books that all have a BSR of 300,000 or below. The first one right here, it says under publisher that it's independently published, which is good because I know that this is a KDP book, has a bestsellers rank of 71,000. So that's book number 1. The book next to it is a little bit high at 879,000. So we'll move on from that one. This one right here is not independently published. So let's move from that one. And this one right here, 82,000. So that's book number 2. This one right here is 528, so that's a little bit high. So let's move on to the next one right here. This one is 662, that's a little bit high. This one is 297, so that's already 3 books right there. So my step 2 has already been satisfied, but let's go through the rest of this first page to see just how much demand there is here for this niche. This one is at 21,000. This one's at 230,000, 107,000, 79,000, 138,000, 72,000, 87,000, 144,000. So we see there's a lot of demand for this niche, and with a niche score of 52, that's above the 50 that I'm looking for. So this one right here satisfies all 3 of my requirements. And so this is the niche that we're gonna go with, the affirmations coloring book for kids. So let's go ahead and look at one of these books so we can dive deeper into this niche. We can see this book right here is an inspirational coloring book for adults, teens, and kids with positive affirmations, motivational sayings, and more. This is priced pretty nicely at $11.98, which is actually higher than what I'd price my coloring books at. But as we can see with this sales rank right here, it's actually doing very, very well because right here, pretty much the entire year, it's hovered around 10,000 BSR, which is actually really nice to see, especially because last year it wasn't doing as good as it is doing now. So whatever they're doing, whether they're running ads or whether it's just become popular on Amazon, well, as we can see, it's a hot seller and it's been that way for pretty much the entire year. So here's the cover right here, which is pretty much what you would see on the interior. And here's the first page right here. As you can see, this is more of a title page, positive quotes coloring book. And there are lots of elements and patterns here to color in. Here's the next page, live, laugh, color. And as you can see, it's just a coloring page with all these elements and patterns. And then here is the back cover of what it would look like if someone were to color in the pages. Now let's see if there's any A+ content included with this listing. And yes, there is. And I love including A+ content in all of my books. I think every publisher should be implementing A+ content because you're able to showcase your book even more here. You can put more of your interiors. You can showcase a lot more things here than you could in the sample. And this is why I highly recommend implementing A+ content. And so if you want to learn how to do that, I'll put a card somewhere on the screen right now. So feel free to go ahead and watch that. Now I went ahead and used this Amazon KDP royalty calculator from Bookbird because I wanted to see how much this book was making per sale. And so I put in all the details. It's a paperback, black and white, Amazon.com, 108 pages, $11.98. And we can see right here the cost breakdown, but I don't really care about that. I care about the standard royalty. This book is making $5 per sale, which is actually pretty high because for me, I usually shoot for anywhere from $2 to $3. And if we go to the book sales calculator right here with the bestsellers rank, we can see that it makes about 16 sales per day, which is 480 books per month. But if we add that royalty calculator right here, and I already put in the details, that's $80 per day and $2,418 per month. Now, one of the places I like to look at are going to be the customer reviews for the books in my niche. And specifically, I like to look at 3 stars and below because this is going to tell me where to improve upon the books that are already selling well. So if we look at some of these reviews that are not 4 or 5 stars, we can see this is a 2-star. The quotes are not good nor interesting, very dull and boring. And so I could probably think about making a different type of book. Maybe instead of just generic words, maybe I think about something more interesting. Maybe something that is a saying, a quote, etc., stuff like that. This one says, love the overall quality, but there are 25 pages where they have got missing print. I don't think this is a publisher issue. This is probably just a print issue. And so there's really nothing we can do about that. But I will say, always go through the reviews of the books in your niche because it's going to tell you where to make the books better. And if you can do that, well, then you can probably steal some sales from these competitors. Now that we know just how profitable this niche can be, the next part is how to actually create these interiors. And so let me show you how I would do that. Now, one of my favorite places to go to when it comes to interiors, especially for beginners, is Creative Fabrica. And that's basically because they provide so many interiors, so many elements, so many graphics, a lot of things when it comes to creating books for KDP that I often don't have to look anywhere else. And they even have a section when you go under images here called KDP Interiors, as well as these coloring books right here for kids and adults that contain a lot of these interior pages that you're able to use and modify so that you can use it in your book. And so you can see I searched up affirmations here and I filtered it by coloring pages and books kids. And we can see all of these interiors here that come up. And so for example, if I wanted to use this one right here, all I would do is I would download it and then I would open up a blank 8.5 by 11 inch page on Canva. And then I would take the PNG file right here and I would just put it on the page like that. And once it's on the page, you can either right click and set image as background like that, or you could just easily resize it to the corners here. But that's not it. You don't just want to say this is done. What I would do is I would click on the image. I will go edit image right here. And under Magic Studio, I'm going to use the Magic Eraser. Now with the Magic Eraser, I'm going to take away certain elements here and replace it with my own. And so if I just go ahead and hover over these circles that I want to replace, we can go ahead and do that. This will actually take all of these out. And then if I click erase, you'll see it all disappear, leaving the elephant right here as well as the font. Now, once this is done, the next thing that I would do is I would put my own saying or quote or whatever right here and basically just use this element for my page, but then build upon it. And so I would take away this line right here along with the text right here and just delete that, erase. And we missed a few right here, so go ahead and just redo it right there, erase. And this is done. So now I'll just hit back right here and we can see there's the elephant right there. Now the other thing that I would do is I would actually flip the image like this and work this way. Now the next thing that I would do is, with the original picture, the quote was down here, but I want to put it up there. So I'm just going to shrink these borders right to the edge here of the image. And then I would move it down over here. That way I can put the saying up here. Now that we have this, we can add a text, add a heading, and right here, we can look for a font that we like. So for example, let me use this one right here. And with Canva, you can go to FX and you can hit this hollow feature right here and it'll just turn it into a coloring element. It's very simple. And you can even play around with the thickness. As you can see, you can make it thinner or thicker. I'm just gonna try to match the lines here so it looks like it was part of the original design. So we'll do something like 60. I like round numbers. And now we're just gonna write our own saying. And let's put this right here like that, happy days. And I'm just gonna make it bigger and put it right in the center like this. I kind of want to take up more of the space. So what I'll do is I'll duplicate it. I'll take away happy on one of them and I'll take away the days on the other. And I'm gonna put this one up here. I'm gonna put this one right here. And let's just try to stretch it out like so, and maybe put it like that. So kind of like this. So now that we have this, I want to add some more elements here because remember we took away the circles. And so instead of circles, maybe we can put hearts because I see a heart right here on the elephant shirt. So maybe we can just do that. Search for hearts under elements here and look for graphics. And we can also do outline like that. So it gives us the outline hearts. We could do something like this. If we make it smaller, we can see that it kind of retains the same thickness as this circle. So let's go ahead and do this. And I'm just going to plaster this image with a bunch of hearts. Now that we have this, I kind of want to rotate a few of the hearts so it looks a little bit more natural. Just like that. Let's move this one over here. It's kind of bunched down there. And I'm just going to rearrange some of these so we can space it out a little bit better. And there you go. It's as simple as that. Now this is what I would use as part of one of my interiors. And then I would just have to do this maybe 30 to 40 more times to get a complete interior. But once you're done doing that, you can go ahead and hit share, go to download. Download this as a PDF print. You can go ahead and flatten the PDF. And if you're paying for Canva, use CMYK. But since this interior is black and white, RGB will be okay as well. And then just hit download. Now, one thing to remember is that if you're getting one of these done for you interior pages, it doesn't matter if it's from Creative Fabrica or another site, it's always a good idea to modify it, to add your own elements so that it becomes something that is original and not something that is duplicatable content, because that's never a good idea to upload onto Amazon KDP because your book could run into trouble. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hopefully you're able to implement it into your low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. Don't forget to check out my Gumroad shop for more KDP resources, interiors, keywords, and all that good stuff. Link is down in the description below. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.